So I absolutely loved Ferdinand.
Oh,
Did you read the book as a child?
I knew of the book, but didn't read it. And it wasn't in regular rotation growing up. But now I truly understand why the book has been so popular for so long. And I only read the book after the movie because I didn't want to maybe confuse the two.
Well, I'm a mother of 2 children, so letting my kids grow up and embracing who they are huge messages I want to send to my children. So what was the biggest thing that drew you to this role? Because I've watched you for many years and I feel like your wrestling role isn't you. I feel like this is made for you.
Well, I mean, I see a lot of parallels between myself and Ferdinand. Oftentimes in the WWE world, I'm met with a lot of adversity. There are folks who cheer for me and folks who don't. So there's a giant group out there essentially wanting me to change who I am. And I'm very vocal about not changing who I am. And Ferdinand is the same. It's really a universal message of what you see isn't exactly what you get, and it's okay to be yourself.
Are you trying to tell me that you don't want to fight for glory in the ring?
I'm not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Were you bullied as a child?
Yeah, and people ask that and they're surprised by my answer, but I think there's a lot more of us that are bullied than there are bullies. I think it's a group of people with nothing better to do than their time than waste it. And a lot of us have been set up with that, that we're the brunt of this bullying. And not only as a little kid, like I can genuinely show a path in my WWE career every single day where I am the butt of a lot of negative energy. So when I tell children like, yeah, I went through the same thing, they're like, oh, what do you mean? And I can show them that I go through the same thing. There's a large amount of the WWE audience that responds negatively towards me. So I can relate, but it's tough as a young person, especially as a young person when you think if you do something that isn't cool, like your life is over. Nobody's ever gonna talk to you again. You'll never be able to do anything. It's tough to tell these young people like, don't worry. Yeah. It's okay. And not only that, be more of who you are and to heck with the other group. Like, please just don't pay attention to that. So, as much as you say it, you just have to continuously reinforce people. This story is a really good reinforcer of that, so that's why I'm really drawn to Ferdinand. But you just have to continuously send that message.
Klaus, Greta, I'm sorry for the things I said about your terrible dancing.
I would absolutely love my children to look up to someone like you. And my 5-year-old starts primary school this coming year. So everyone keeps telling me that, you know, make sure that she's confident in who she is. And is there something that you can tell kids, and especially younger kids, which you get to talk to every day? What's the biggest message for them? That
to me, it's not an easy message to send, because, like I said, young people, it's every day seems like it's either going to be great or the other way. Be excited for every day, because every day is awesome. Be proud of who you are. And if somebody's wasting their time trying to push you around, don't pay it any mind. From somebody who's been there, just be proud of who you are.
Believe it or not, I'm not the world's best calming goat.
No.
So do you really like flowers?
Yeah, I do.
You do? What's your favorite?
The rose.
The rose, why's that?
Because it's the flower I leave for Nicole when she comes home.
I know, I see that on Total Divas. But if you had one last message for kids out there, what would you tell them, and what would you wish that you could tell yourself when you were a kid? Communication.
Don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid if you get bullied, don't be afraid to tell someone, because hopefully you can tell someone with enough reasoning to help you out and talk you through it. And if somebody's making you feel uncomfortable, don't be afraid to talk to that somebody. Don't be afraid to talk to your friends about what you think is cool. And if they don't agree with you, it's all right. So, communication. Don't be afraid to let everybody know who you are.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You got it. You did great.
So nice to meet you.
You did great.
Thank you.